Hey y'all, thanks for stopping in. So with the Bud Light debacle going on, there's been a question of which beer we would drink instead of Bud Light, with hopes an American beer company can be the one that replaces Bud Light as America's #1 beer. Personally, I've been rooting for Yingling, but I know that they're only available right now in 25 states, so it's pretty unrealistic that they'll be the one that replaces Bud Light as America's #1 beer. But still, they've gained a lot of popularity and their sales percentages have gone up as people have moved away from Bud Light. But now we have this story that Yingling just showed Bud Light how to properly handle lunacy with handling of drag show sponsorship. Because last week there was a post that went out on Facebook that claimed Yingling was a sponsor of an all-ages drag show, which could be a direct slap in the face to all those who are boycotting Bud Light given the timing of the thing. But let's look at this article, and hopefully by the end, I will have earned your subscription, and hopefully you would have also hit the like button to help out the channel, because you know, with YouTube and all the algorithm and stuff like that, it really helps channels, especially like mine, grow, who are young and just getting started, right? So let's go ahead and get into the article. This one is from Outkick. Yingling just showed Bud Light how to properly handle lunacy with handling of drag show sponsorship. Let's check it out. Did Yingling just tell Bud Light to hold its beer and watch how it's done? You be the judge. America's oldest brewery found itself dragged into controversy this week when social media went nuts after a June 30 drag show sponsored by Yingling said it would allow babies in arms to be admitted. Don't worry though, the event did specify that children under 2 may not be recommended for some performances. Oh, good for they got that going for them. The family-friendly drag show was set to be a part of Music Fest, an annual festival held in Pennsylvania. Yingling has long been one of the sponsors. Okay, so it's something that's like a traditional thing that they've been sponsoring annually. So that's, that could be an oversight as far as the timing of it goes, you know what I mean? It's something that is just kind of on the books that they do. But, probably should have been paying attention if that's the case. But let's read more and actually find out more. On Monday, Music Fest Facebook page shared a promo for the event and included Yingling in the post. 4 days later, the post was edited and Yingling was taken out of the text. Late yesterday, Arts Quest, the venue hosting the event, issued the following statement absolving Yingling of any involvement while also saying the age for admission into the show had been raised to 18 plus. So, just off the cuff, off the hip, shooting from the hip. What I think that happened here, from what I've read so far, is that Yingling had an annual event that they always pay for, just come across. They weren't paying too close attention, possibly. So shame on them for that, if that's the case, because it took them 4 days to get the post adjusted. But as soon as they recognized what was going on, they said, hey, this is good for our brand. Please take our name off of it. That doesn't mean they pulled any money from the event, but they did at least adjust the age restrictions. So the event probably made the accommodations for Yingling, which is good, and they're at least staying a little principled here on this side instead of just caving. It's kind of nice, right? I mean, I could be wrong. I don't know. But let's read a little bit further. Let's read some more. Here's an Arts Quest tweet. Is this a tweet? Yeah. Yingling is a longtime supporter of Arts Quest. Like all of our 300 sponsors, Yingling does not have any involvement in the acts or content that are booked for our venues. The sponsors are also not involved in the admission policies of our venues, which vary by event and facility. This includes the Dragon with the Divas show planned at the venue in question, Music Fest Cafe presented by Yingling. Okay, so, yeah, they're just... Okay, I get it. So Arts Quest's mission is to provide access to exceptional artistic, cultural, and educational experiences for everyone across our community. Our organization creates programming that is intended to be inclusive for all... intended to be inclusive and cross all genres regardless of beliefs. Yeah, okay, we get it. Yingling Brewery tweeted, naming rights to the Music Fest Cafe presented by Yingling Venue. ArtsQuest independently plans and invents the policies that take place at the venue and all of their other performance areas. Yingling actively promotes responsible drinking for patrons 21 years of age and older. We are working to align with ArtsQuest regarding appropriate age restrictions for venues associated with our sponsorship. We support their decision to restrict attendance to 18 plus for the June 30th show. For more information, contact. Okay, so that's awesome. They stepped in and they said, no, if you want our name on this, if you want our sponsorship dollars, you're gonna have to make some adjustments because right now, you're gonna have to make some adjustments because we're not going for that, especially right now. Yingling does what Bud Light should have done after the fiasco. It took a few days for Yingling to nip this whole thing in the bud. It's been nearly 3 months since Bud Light plastered the can, and Anheuser-Busch is still reeling. So, yep, good job, Yingling. Now just start working on distributing to more states. You didn't lose me with this one. I get putting your name on naming rights for a venue. Companies, buy NFL stadium naming rights, basketball arena stadium rights, the whole thing. And then it's on many different levels of things, of many different levels of business for how they fill those venues. And it's not on Yingling for sponsoring this directly and organizing or anything like that. It's basically, to me, it seems like it's actually naming rights of the venue. And they got everything taken care of. And I'm sure there's probably some people out there that are mad. There's always the extreme reactionaries, right? But I don't think Yingling deserves that treatment right now. Let's in my opinion, I'm gonna give him a pass here. Let's read some more here. See how easy that was? I don't know what was said behind closed doors, but I'd imagine there were a few PO'd phone calls, which led to the original Facebook post being edited. Less than 24 hours after Yingling's name was removed from the promo, both companies then released the above statements. I have no idea if Yingling actually knew it was sponsoring an all-ages drag show before the promo went up, but I'd wager to say they didn't. It seems like a stretch to say that the same company has been pretty much anti-Bud Light for 3 months, would now knowingly put their name on something like that. Yeah, exactly. I mean, just apply common sense or whatever to that, and it's either a blatant torching of their own company, which we know is not, and that would make no sense. So, you know. So when it started going viral earlier this week, the smart people over in Pottsville quickly sprung into action and made things right. At least that's what it looks like on paper. Again, it's something Bud Light should have done within the days of the nonsense, but they didn't. They waited until it was too late and then started firing people into the sun who were responsible. At that point, though, the damage was done. And to correct that, they didn't actually fire anybody. They're still on voluntary leave. It's not even Bud Light that sent them on leave. They're on voluntary leave, so I'm sure they're still getting their money. The only company that got fired was the third-party marketing agency that ran a successful marketing campaign that we're still talking about 3 months later. By the way, Bud Light still hasn't apologized for any of it. Sure, they've had CEOs try to distance the company from the influencer, but there's been no apology. I've said it before and I'll say it again. None of it will go away until that happens. And I'll add that even once they apologize, it's not going to make a difference. There'll probably be a stock market reaction, but I don't think any of that is going to relate to sales on the shelf. As we know, their sales right now, the last few weeks, their numbers are tainted. They've been basically giving away beer. They've been doing, they've been doing rebates. You get your beer basically for free. They're lowering the price for 24 packs or something like that to like $3.50. So they've been moving product for the sake of not buying it back because it expired. Fortunately for Yingling, they don't need to apologize because both parties have made it clear that America's oldest brewery had nothing to do with allowing babies into a drag show. Furthermore, it appears smarter heads prevailed and the age is now 18 plus. A win for sanity, another loss for Bud Light. And with that, guys, I'm going to go ahead and just wrap it up. I don't need to add much to that. And I hope that I did earn your subscription today. If I did, please also smash the like button. If I didn't earn your subscription yet, maybe just tap the like button a little bit. And like I said before, just to help out with the channel, help the channel growth. And it's just a button. So go ahead and click it. I'll see you in the next one.